It's Week 7 of the NFL, and we'll see Brock Purdy. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the 49ers and the Chiefs, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Next to the beautiful San Francisco Bay, 40 miles from where Candlestick Park once stood, we're at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. Thanks for joining us, football fans. I'm Kate Scott, joined in the booth by my partner, Brock Hewitt. And this week, Brock, got one group coming in off a win, another off that well-earned bye. Should make for a really energetic game. I'm wondering if you think one has the advantage over the other.
Well, I'd like to know how every single body feels down there, but we don't. My guess is they're all hurting a little bit because once you get past the opener, you're never quite 100%. So I typically will lean with the team coming off a win. You feel good about yourself. You feel good in your preparation. But, yeah, that helped.
Jake Moody now ready to get this one started. And we're off from Levi's Stadium. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So here come the Chiefs, taking the field for their first drive of the game. Leading them out, fresh off a 3rd Super Bowl title. The standard for quarterback excellence today, Patrick Mahomes.
As you take the field coming off of a bye week, you really want to take advantage of what you just did. The self-scouting, the evaluating of yourself over the early part of this season, and make sure you capture what you want to do and what you have to do over the rest of the season.
And his first pass falls incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Short pass brought in. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
The first down carry for Pacheco. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
It's complete to Hopkins. And he's able to get it past midfield and down onto the 49er side. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Hopkins on the slant. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it. That one complete to Hopkins.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw it with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Throwing deep for the end zone. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Still inches to go on 3rd down. Again, Mahomes to throw. That's caught for the first. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first. Moving the ball very well out of the gate here. It's set up now at the 26. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. This time they're going to get there and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. 49ers stacking up the secondary. Look at that. They're in the dime. 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. complete to Juju. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. So 3rd and 16, no problem for them as they get the first.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. To the left and reeled in by Hopkins. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Has it on the slant. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Butker with the extra point. And the Chiefs will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Reed now to kick this one away. Israel Abanikanda on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So here come the 49ers for their opening drive. Leading them out, a player known, yes, for that draft status, but also as a great methodical passer. I know you love this guy, Brock. The last pick of the 2022 draft, it's Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy proved that his rookie year was no fluke. 31 touchdowns will do that. But what I loved was the efficiency, the rating, and not just me. It's what Kyle Shanahan, and just listen to those 49ers teammates talk about Brock Purdy. Sure, he threw for almost 4,300 yards, but just at every turn, on every stage, this guy delivers. In fact, he became only the 8th quarterback to take a team to a Super Bowl in their 2nd season in the history of this league. Can't wait to watch Brock Purdy continue to take more and more steps with this invaluable experience he's gained as a young player.
On 3rd down, Purdy escapes the sack. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. They gain 14 on the play. And that's a 49er 1st down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out.
Delay of game, offense.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0.
Still 1st down.
So they should be a little prompter in snapping this, you'd hope, Brock, after that delay of game. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Into the hands of Kittle. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
And defenders are there to get him at the line. Justin Reed with the tackle. No gain that time, and now they'll face 3rd and 11. From the gun is Purdy. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Purdy setting up that play action. That throw finds Kittle. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Trying an inside give to Garindo. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Jaden Hicks there on the tackle. 3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Now it's Purdy. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
First down throw by Purdy. He put some juice on it deep. He's got it deep downfield. And got his man. That's a San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers finish off their opening drive. Deebo Samuel, the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Moody knocks that extra point through. And the 49ers respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Has this at the 6. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The Chiefs and their running back about to get back to work. And he's found the end zone as a receiver this season. You can see he's top 5 right now among NFL running backs in receiving touchdowns. First down throw, Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Travis Kelce. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Looking for Travis Kelce that time. And that'll bring up second down. Pressure coming from Mahomes. On the move, past the 40. Now here he goes, down the right sideline. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs break the tie here in the first. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
Extra point by Butker is up and good. And the Chiefs take the lead here, 14-7 in the first.
49ers 7.
Reed now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Purdy to throw it. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. He can't hang on to the pass. So second down coming up. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Leo Chanel able to bring him down. Give him only a couple that time. It's going to be 3rd down. They will not get another play off. We're at the end of 1. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They have 3rd down and 8. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I wish every fan could just get the perspective on the field. When you stand on the sidelines, you realize how fast this game is. And as a QB, you've got to understand. When you get that amount of time, you've got to get rid of the ball because this game moves in a hurry.
O'Donnell now to punt it away. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Officially a 55-yard launch. And it'll be good field position for them as they take over right at midfield. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Mahomes. Hauled in by Gray. And they make the tackle at the 38. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. New set of downs for him at the 38. 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. Finds his man, Gray. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Diamador Lenore there on the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay of game.
Delay of game, offense.
Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty.
Still 2nd down.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Play action, Mahomes. Kelsey makes the catch. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
While the offense is looking for a possible touchdown, Kate, it's the defense that's stolen the mojo with that stop. This is how they teach you to defend the goal line.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. And that is caught. It's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs take a 13-point lead. Travis Kelce, the touchdown. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
Butker with the extra point. And the Chiefs double their lead to 14.
49ers 7.
Reed now to kick this one away. Here's Abanikanda on the return. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. The 49ers and this running back headed back out for a new series. And you can see with the stats there, such a weapon for this offense to utilize week in and week out. They've got 1st down from the 31. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
The give here on second. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Justin Reed with the tackle. Dime coverage from the Chiefs on this third down. Shotgun snap for Purdy. He's on the move. He's going to tuck it and run. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Purdy on first down. Completed left side to Samuel. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
Offense to the line for second down. Purdy throwing here. Connection made to Isaac Garindo. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Throw on third down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. George Kittle, the intended receiver. So that brings up fourth and long. Here comes Pat O'Donnell back to the field for a punt. And this will be his second effort of the contest. And this one gets out of bounds. It was pushing some distance towards the goal line, but gets out at the 5. The visitors are out once again. Their offense led by Patrick Mahomes. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. A tight end in motion now. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game.
Delay of game, offense.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0.
Still first down.
Set him back 5. It's 1st and 15 after the penalty. Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And he found some running room for a nice gain. They get back 8 and now have a second and much more manageable 7. Motioning the tight end now. Here's 2nd and 7. That pass is complete to Kelsey. He's got a gain of 6 there. Talanoa Hufanga there to make the play. 3rd and just 2 to go. Straight ahead they go with Piron. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. A give right side. Here's Pacheco. He's contained at the line for no gain. Brought down by Fred Warner. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That pass is caught by Smith-Schuster. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. To the left and reeled in by Hopkins. Give him 13 on that play. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
A gain of 14 yards. First down, Chiefs.
Pacheco gets it from the gun. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, and instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
He finds space for a few yards that time. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. 3 yards to pick up that time, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. So it's the 2-minute warning here from the home of the faithful. And it's the Chiefs facing a 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. He has the first over the middle. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Throwing is Mahomes. This one finds Kelsey. And he's able to get this down to the 13. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Here's Mahomes. He gets this one to Smith-Schuster. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Back to the air, Mahomes. Complete beyond the marker. Touchdown, Kansas City. And that, Brock, I know you're keeping track, but just in case our audience isn't, his 4th first-half passing touchdown. At the pace he's on, this would be a new record if he has a second half to match this one. Butker to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chiefs stretch their lead to 21.
49ers 7.
Reed now to kick this one away. Here's Abanikanda on the return. Return's looking good so far. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The 49ers are ready to go on offense for the final time in the first half. And losing by 3 scores, they'll have a final chance to take at least 3 off the deficit before halftime. Purdy gets this from the pistol. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. Purdy throwing here on first. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down.
Leo Chenal there on the coverage.
They kick the running back in motion. Purdy now on 2nd and 10. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. San Francisco calls it second timeout. To throw again, it's Purdy. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And that'll bring up 4th and 3. Out now is Pat O'Donnell to punt this one away. And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. So we've arrived at halftime. The Chiefs with a lead so far on the road. As we send things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll begin across the Atlantic at venerable Wembley Stadium in London, where it was the Jaguars who pick up the win at home. Mac Jones, terrific in the air with over 400 passing yards there. And lastly, on Monday Night Football, another doubleheader. Ravens-Bucks at 8:15 Eastern, followed by Chargers-Cardinals from the desert 45 minutes later. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The home team's back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And the running lanes, and they've been hazardous. Not quite the decorated collection of highlights from him that we're going to look at here. Those big plays, the explosive runs where he leads an offense, just haven't been there for him in this one. Finds his man. It's Ricky Pearsall. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
At the 32-yard line.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. That throw finds Kittle. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Purdy setting up that play action. Kittle brings it in. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him right. Hits him on the out route. It's a pickup of 11. And it brings up a San Francisco first down. They're set up at the 35 now.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Now a give to Guerrero. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the 2nd level. Well, someone from the 2nd level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
Second and 12 behind the sticks. Getting out to his left. Now he takes it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
From the red zone now. Into the hands of Kittle. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
2nd and 6 at the 11-yard line.
He's got it on the bootleg. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Justin Reed has the INT. And the Chiefs will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Oh, man, Brock, they decided to air it out in pursuit of a touchdown that time, but it's intercepted, and the visit to the red zone comes up empty.
And that one stings, Kate. It really does. You have a limited opportunity of looks in that close, particularly as we get through the 2nd half. The ones you get, you have to finish with points.
The visitors ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And our team in the truck putting these highlights together, well, they certainly had plenty of touchdowns to choose from. For them, actually. Though the way he's been playing, Brock, you cannot count on him being done reaching that end zone just yet. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Run from Pacheco to start the half. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Leonard Floyd bringing that play to a close. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They send a tight end in motion. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up.
Delay of game, offense.
Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty.
Still 2nd down.
So things getting a bit tougher following that penalty. We've got 2nd and 15. It's Pacheco again. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Leonard Floyd bringing that play to a close. And the 49ers in a dime set now, 3rd down coming. To the air, Mahomes. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. He was looking DeAndre Hopkins' way there. And that brings up 4th and long. The Chiefs looking to punt on 4th down, so on comes Matt Araiza to handle it. And this one is away, and he got all of it and then some. The home teams headed back out on offense as we get another look at Brock Purdy. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Running back sent in motion. Purdy on 1st down. Got used check, and it's complete. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
1st down, ball at the 36. Play action now with Purdy. Right side, and that's secured by Kittle. Rolling into enemy territory. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Give him 24 on that play. And that's a 49er 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Garindo running between the tackles. He'll cobble together a yard there. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 38.
They'll go right back to Garindo. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1. And now they're left with 3rd and 7. From the gun is Purdy. Nabs along that sideline, Samuel. And he's out of bounds, just short of the 30.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down? A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Starting from the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. Offense heading out now for the Chiefs. And you can see in these clips quite an extensive highlight reel he's put together in what is a 4-touchdown game for him already.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say this guy's in the zone. I know in hoops, sometimes shooters say that hoop looks and that basket looks enormous. Right? I know on a golf course you're thinking, man, everything is a birdie. For this guy today, 4 touchdowns on the ledger, he's made it look easy.
Throwing on 1st down, Mahomes. That's complete to Juju. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
The second down run by Pacheco. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did. You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Punter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
3rd and long, Purdy. Pearsall there to grab it. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
They'll bring out the punter here. It'll be Pat O'Donnell doing the honors. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Starts the return at the 34. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. 58 yards on the punt there. And the Chiefs will get set to go on offense. First down throw, Mahomes. That one's caught along the left sideline. That one goes for 25 yards. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation could create the big play down the field.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense.
Delay of game, offense.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0.
Still first down.
They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that first down flag. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Wow, his first real mistake, that's intercepted. Charvarius Ward picks it off. Somewhat surprising interception there, Brock. You don't see nearly as many of those on shorter, safer throws like that.
Yeah, that's exactly what that was. Coordinators and coaches offensively look for layups, Kate. You like basketball, right? They look for layups, easy gimmies. And in the short field, that usually is the case. But not against a defense like this, and not a defense that has the awareness of what they're trying to do.
The San Francisco offense headed out to take over. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. To the left side and reeled in by Kittle. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First down throw by Purdy. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
So we're through 3 here. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. They'll come up 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They kick the running back in motion. Pretty throwing here on 1st. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Leo Chenal there on the coverage.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. Cut by Jennings. And this one does not go far.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Hey, these DNs love to get after the quarterback, but the most well-rounded of them are the guys who can anchor your run defense too. Mission accomplished.
4th down now, and on comes Jake Moody for the 49ers field goal. He hit his first one. His second one's coming from inside of 40. Moody knocks it through, and that lowers the deficit to 15.
If they wanted any kind of shot here, Kate, to come back in this game, that field goal had to go through and make it a 2-score game. That's only the first of what would need to be several steps here in a hurry to have a chance to try to pull this out.
Return coming from the 6. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Mahomes on 1st and 10. Brought in by Juju. And he'll get it up to the 27.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Here's 2nd and 5. Has a man. It's Brown. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Picked up by Fred Warner. And the 49ers have some new life in the 4th. All right, that's now his 2nd interception thrown in this game. Obviously not a stat you want, but he does have those 4 touchdowns to fall back on.
And that pick, well, makes it a little bit better performance for this defense, right? I mean, you get burned 4 times, but at least you got a couple to hang your hat on that you did take away. I'm not sure that fact is going to save them from what's going to be a really rough film session, though.
Now the 49ers getting set to go on offense. And you and I both know, Brock, they, like so many teams in this league, fans of establishing the run to begin a football game. Well, I'm looking at my watch, I'm looking up at the scoreboard. We're sometime into this one now, and they still haven't been able to establish it against this defense.
Yeah, kind of like when we walk into a defensive meeting room and sit with the D coordinator, and what is his #1 premise each and every week? Stop the run. Stop the run.
Yep.
Because you know if you create that kind of imbalance and you take away the run, you have a chance of playing pretty good defense like they've done. Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers can make it a 1-score game as they trim the lead. George Kittle, the touchdown. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he can rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker.
Foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft it and try to stick him deep. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. This one finds Kelsey. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. 2nd and 3 now. They'll motion a tight end left. And they'll let the clock run all the way down and expire.
Delay of game. Offense.
Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty.
Still 2nd down.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. That pass is complete to Kelsey. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down. They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay.
Delay of game. Offense.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0.
Still 1st down.
So they should be a little prompter in snapping this, you'd hope, Brock, after that delay of game. Here's Mahomes. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that makes it 2nd and long. Throwing again, Mahomes. He'll get this one to Brown. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. And the 49ers in a nickel set. 3rd down coming. Another throw for Mahomes. He gets this one to Smith-Schuster. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding. Offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. 3rd down, it's Mahomes. He has the 1st over the middle. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much.
Well, I think we can all see this one, partner. Some considerable frustration beneath
Previous
Coach
play is
Reid's
under
mustache,
review.
and he throws the flag. Well, I certainly don't envy the officials here. A lot of times, Brock, it can be so tough to have the right angle to get a perfect spot on that football.
Yeah, how they do it, I just marvel at it. A bunch
Yeah.
of years ago, I got to do and be an official, a side judge for a spring game.
How'd that go?
Not well, because things happen so fast, and I really do. I marvel at more often than not how good these officials are at spotting the ball.
So upon further review, they get a more favorable spot, and that's enough to give them the 1st down. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. 2nd and 3 now. Now there's the flag. It looks like the jump came from the left side of the line.
False start. Offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Back to the air, Mahomes. It's complete to Hopkins. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. And they'll let the clock run all the way down and expire.
Delay of game, offense.
Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty.
Still first down.
Set him back 5. It's 1st and 15 after the penalty. Again, Mahomes to throw. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. The stop made that time by the rookie from Florida State. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. To the air, Mahomes. Completes this one to Gray. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. From the red zone now. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Thought he had a touchdown there. And it's going to be 2nd down. They are throwing it again. He's got it. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Mahomes. Catch is made in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball.
And he gets in. Touchdown. The Chiefs have a commanding 14-point lead now in the 4th. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. So, Brock, they take a gamble, and it pays off with a big touchdown on 4th and goal.
And they do it on the ground as well, and that just speaks volumes. That's confidence that you can own this line of scrimmage, and your back will see a lane and will get the job done. That just infuses your team and your sidelines with so much confidence.
Extra point by Butker is up and good. And the Chiefs lead by 15 now.
49ers 20.
Reed now to kick this one away. Here's Abanikanda on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here come the 49ers on offense. They just witnessed maybe the most impressive drive we've seen all game, Brock, and now they get a chance to answer with one of their own. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the gun is Purdy. He'll get this complete to Jennings. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they make the tackle at the 38. To throw again, it's Purdy. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. That one's rejected at the line. And it sets up 2nd down. Shotgun snap for Purdy. He has room past the 25. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. All set up now for 1st and 10. Touchdown, San Francisco! All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Extra point try coming. This would importantly make it a one-score game. The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the fourth.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, he certainly went all out for that block. Didn't find the football, but he did find the punter. And the roughing call keeps that offense out there with a new set of downs. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. 1st and 10 now from the 30. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Running up the middle, Pacheco. And he's going nowhere there. Add that to what's been a tough afternoon for him. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. Chiefs up by 8. Niners countering with a 5th defensive back on this 3rd down. Right back to Pacheco. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. Kansas City sends out its punt team. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Call that a 64-yard punt officially. And the 49ers will go on offense. Back to throw. Hauled in by Garindo. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. 49ers moving quickly, trying to get their offense to the line. Setting up to pass. Kittle brings it in. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. San Francisco calls it 2nd timeout. Here he is to throw. Finding Pearsall. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. 49ers moving quickly, trying to get their offense to the line. He'll get this to Samuel. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. 49ers moving quickly, trying to get their offense to the line. That's complete to Garindo. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. A modest amount of time left, Brock, but crucially, no timeouts for him. It's 1st down. He'll look to throw it. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Second and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Purdy to throw it. That's knocked away by a defender. Incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Running back, motioning right. Now to throw. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, Their coach wants to see them convert those.
And they won't do it. That falls incomplete on 4th down.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? Or both?
All of us.
Yeah,
all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.
So for my partner Brock Huard and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Chiefs, as we'll see you next time from Santa Clara.